At least you get in the fights. At least you get in the fights. At least you get in the fights.
I put belt to ass, and you can see that's what I do.
The Untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing games are missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. All right, so I've already spoken about this matchup by myself, but I never got Pops' thoughts on the matchup. So he's back, the man that needs an introduction, for he's known the world over, city to city, state to state, coast to coast, continent to continent, the real A side of True School Sports. Pops.
Welcome to True School Sports, guys.
We're here, and Pops, I know you're really excited about this matchup because you got, the Puerto Rican assassin, Berlanga, the one that fought a legend, the only one that fought a legend from this era.
Yeah.
He fought Canelo.
You know what?
Edgar Berlanga. He's taking on Hamzah Sheeraz. Shiraz moving up from 160 to 168. Really a real watershed moment in his career. He's coming off of a draw that a lot of people thought he lost against the dominance, and he was the beneficiary of preferential treatment by Turkey Al Sheikh.
Right.
So both guys have a lot to prove. I think it's a really interesting fight, and it's been a really interesting build-up. I know we watched a little bit of Shiraz yesterday.
Yeah.
We went back and watched Berlanga.
Right.
What do you make of the matchup, Berlanga versus Shiraz?
First of all, as you all well know, when fighters move up from one weight to another, you just, in my opinion, you can't. It depends who the fighter is. I feel you just can't just make an adjustment and come up here and I'm still gonna say Berlanga still got a killer. I'm referring to his power. Okay, you're finding a powerful fighter right off the bat. I think, I've seen what Shiraz does in the ring. He's got quickness, he got speed, he got distance. He
can box.
And he can box inside and outside, and he's best on the outside. But I think Berlanga, in my opinion, I'm Berlanga right now, whether we love him or not, he believes in himself no matter what it is, whether he can go bricks of shit. He thinks it's 24 karat goes to the 18 karat go, whatever it may be. He's going to come to this fight, he's going to prove a point. And in my opinion, and I'll say it again, I think the difference this fight's going to be, I think Berlanga's going to catch him with his power. I don't think that, I think that Shiraz will box him and keep boxing him, and he has some power. He got this looping shot that he got, whatever the case may be. But I just think Berlanga, whether we believe it or not, he's still got that power. And for me, that's going to be the ultimate. I don't think that
Shiraz.
downfall that Shiraz has fought a fighter in that caliber as Berlanga with his power, with his jabbing, and when he looks for that spot. So he better not slip once, because it only takes one time to get that nail with the hammer in the wall.
That's right.
And that could happen.
Okay.
So I'm taking Berlanga in this fight. I think his power will be
by stoppage.
Yes, by stoppage. I think he's gonna come here and make a statement to let Shiraz, the Turkey know, everybody know. Okay, you get your fighter here. This is your cock. In Puerto Rico, we have cockfights, right? Yeah. Everybody got the best cockfighter and everything, and you put him out there to fight the both males. He was the best. I guarantee you, this motherfucker's with red, white, and blue. This cock is from motherfucking Puerto Rico. He gonna show the green, white, whatever the case may be, from Saudi Arabia. That you
he's from the UK, but he's Pakistani.
Okay, you can get Pakistani. He picking the wrong man right now. Whether we believe it or not, Berlanga is out there. And I think he's going to make a big point, because a lot of people discredit him for a lot of things he's done. Whether it's lost with this guy or Canelo and this and that. But you know what? Berlanga still did knocking on that door. And I think this right here is going to be a statement.
And on top of that, this is in fact a WBC title eliminator. So the winner of this fight actually will be Canelo's mandatory. So as delusional as Berlanga sounds about getting a Canelo rematch, if he wins this fight, and Canelo does beat Terrence Crawford, that rematch is actually a very big possibility.
And I will compare the Berlanga loss to a child riding a bike. You get on a bike and you fall off that fucking bike 100 times, right? And then you get back on the bike and you're eventually going to get better at what you're doing in the environment and get the balance and do that. I think we talked about this ourselves, that if there's a second rematch with Canelo, I'm willing to bet we're going to see a better Puerto Rican come out and show a better self with Canelo, and actually not be fearful of the pressure and all that shit.
Because he's already fallen a level. But to kind of talk about Shiraz for a little bit, because I went back and I watched some of his fights. Two things I noticed about him. Three things actually. He's a long-rangey guy. He boxes pretty well as a long-rangey guy. He does a really good job of disguising the looping right hand, which is what he dropped Emma Williams with. But Emma Williams is a naturally smaller guy than Shiraz, and he hurt him early in that fight, early in the first round. Now look, Edgar has a truckload of first-round knockouts. Hamzah has to be very defensively responsible early in this fight, because if he come to fight and he get caught the wrong way one time, Edgar will go for the kill and try to stop him. What I'll also say about Shiraz is I think Shiraz, so I question his durability. I don't like him fighting a puncher like this, his first fight at 160. I think from a managerial standpoint, I think it's dumb. I actually think it's a dumb fight to take for him. I think he could have eased his way in, but hey, respect for going to the smoke, to the smoke. But where I think he's got a disadvantage upon like further review is Edgar. Now this will only be an advantage if Edgar makes it an advantage for himself. Yeah. But I actually think Edgar has better feet than Shiraz. Shiraz is not cement-footed, but I think Edgar actually is a little bit lighter on his feet. Yeah. And he'd actually probably be better suited to box Shiraz and let Shiraz come to him and then look for the exchanges.
Yeah, I would like to see Berlanga. He's got a nice jab, what we talked about. Use that jab more. And he looks good with it. Set up that with the jab. Set him up. They bait him into you, then bang. Another thing I would say that I noticed about Shiraz, I mean, Emma was small, but Emma was hurting him. Every time Emma would hurt him, he was holding on. Just imagine if Berlanga could get in that body and hit him and push him one time, because it's not going to take as many punches as Ammo to hurt Shiraz. Once he hurts you, once Berlanga hurts you, you're going to go back.
Another one too is I think when he fought Adames, now like Edgar is not as slick as Adames. Adames is a much more slicker, better defensive fighter than Edgar Berlanga, but Shiraz was a little frustrated by the slickness of Adames. Now Edgar's not Adames, but Edgar he has the footwork to be a slick fighter. If he can actually make Shiraz miss, and I think he'll be able to frustrate him, and actually it would probably help him get a knockout quicker if he does show some slickness and use his feet. But these are all ifs. But I can't say about Shiraz is, look, he got Andy Lee in his corner. Yeah. Andy Lee comes from that Kronk gym lineage. So you already know they're gonna be trying to box tall off that long rangey frame he's got. They're gonna be looking to set up that right hand. So Edgar has to be very, very weary and cognizant of keeping his right hand up, because if he doesn't, he's gonna go to sleep. He's gonna get hurt. And defensive responsibility is a big thing for Edgar, and it's something that I think Hamzah Sheeraz is going to be looking to exploit early and often in the fight.
Who do you think is more chinnier, him?
Who's chinnier?
Yeah,
Hamzah Sheeraz,
because
for sure.
If like you say, if Berlanga falls asleep, he can get caught. It's like a Canelo caught him. It wasn't.
Edgar's been dropped like twice. Yeah, but they were like flat. Like they weren't dropped. They weren't knockdowns where like he was like hurt. Right. Sheeraz got hurt by ammo. He didn't get dropped, but. I don't know. I've seen enough from Shiraz to not trust his durability. I feel like I have. So I'm thinking this fight can go so many ways. Nothing will really surprise me. But I'm gonna say I don't think the fight lasts that long. I think both these guys will be pretty. I think the fight's gonna be a pretty aggressive fight. I don't think the fight's gonna pass the 5th round.
Holy crap!
Yeah, and so I would probably say, if I gotta get a prediction, or like a specific prediction on record, I'm gonna say Edgar Berlanga, TKO 5.
Is he the favorite?
Slight, like it's almost even money. It's almost even. In fact, let me check right now.
Because for both fighters, Berlanga's coming off a loss, and Shiraz is coming off a win. But I think it
wasn't a win; it was a draw.
Yeah, I think Adames beat him, in my own opinion. Maybe I'm a little biased for Adames because I like his style. I like everything. I was surprised that Shiraz did that, but I hate his boxing. That's why we gotta watch it.
Edgar's a slight favorite right now. Well, the line opened at, he was a -190 and Shiraz was a +148. They're saying the closing rank. I'm on proboxingodds.com. I always look at the odds there. It says closing. They're looking at this fight maybe closing at around -135 for Edgar, -112. It's damn near even money. So this is a 50-50 fight. The odds makers think it's a 50-50 fight. What do you guys think? I think it's a really fun fight. I think if Hamzah wins this fight, British boxing has a new star. If Edgar wins this fight, now he's a more legitimate fighter. It's a good fight for both guys, and probably one of the best fights Turkey's ever made. So I'll give him some credit here. This is a good fight, but what do you guys think? Who are you picking? You're picking Berlanga, right?
I'm taking Berlanga.
What stoppage or what round?
I'm gonna say stoppage. You said what, 5th?
5th.
I think it's gonna take a little. I'll go after the 6th round.
Okay, so he's gonna go after the 6th round. What do you guys think? Leave your comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me. But I'm just a kid from Dania. So until next time, take care, guys.